Hi my students, in this session we are going to learn on props. We learned that the components are reusable. Let's say we needed to reuse the greetings component. All you need to do is to include the greetings tag as many as possible. Let's duplicate it twice and take a look in a browser. So this is greetings component. We have its tag here and let's duplicate it 3 times. So 4, 2, 3, and take a look in a browser. Now here we see we have free hello Samuel. Using the same component, we can greet 3 people instead of having hello Samuel. Now this is where props come into a picture. I hope you remember props is an optional input that component can accept. Also allow component to be dynamic. Let's see how props work. Our intention is to pass a name from app component to greetings component and render that name in a browser. To specify prop for a component, we specify them as attributes. So now here in our app component, inside here of our tag greetings, we are going to write an attribute name. Okay, so I write here name, then I'll give a value. So I'll say here Samuel. Okay, and the second one here I'll say name, I'll say Alice, and the third one here name Charo. Okay, now here we have not finished yet, so we pass this attribute here from our, this will be our parent components, to the greetings. Okay, so we'll go here to the greetings, and first we need to console and check what will happen. So here writing word props. Now you can use any name here, but props is reserved within our ReactJS library, so we are recommended to use as props and not other names. So here writing console .log, then I'll log these props here. Okay, let's check to a browser and see what is it. Now here we'll go to our development tool and inspect. Okay, we'll go to console. Now we see here we have 3 objects. Okay, why do we have 3 objects? As you see here, we have this hello Samuel, hello Samuel, hello Samuel 3 times, and there we have 3 greetings tag that we have duplicated. Okay, now if we open here, expand it, we see we have this attribute name has a value Samuel. The second one has the same attribute, the value Alice, and the third one name attribute and has a value what? Charo. Okay, so let's get back to our VS Code. Now from here we say props is an object that contains attributes and values which has been passed from parents component. So if you want to display a name that has been passed to the greetings component, we need to use props.name. Okay, now when you say using a word props.name, the reason is here we have used an attribute name. Okay, our name of the attribute, we said its name, and this is not strictly that you can write name here. We are going to see in this video that we can pass 2 attributes here with a different name. So don't take into your mind that I should have to write here exactly a name. So we'll come here now to our return here. Instead of writing this hello Samuel. Then we have to write a prop, which is this one here, dot name. Okay. Now, in order for it to be displayed in a browser, we need to include curly brackets here. Otherwise, it will display as a normal text. So we are going to write here props, okay, dot name. Now, when you get back to a browser, let's see what will happen. Samuel, Alice, and Charo. So we have displayed different names, unlike in a previous time, we had only the same name, Samuel. So let's add a second attribute and see what will happen. For example, I need the first attribute here to have a val which will say my name is. How do we accomplish this? Let's get to VS Code. Now from here, VS Code will go to our apps where we write our attributes. So before the attribute name, I will write another attribute. I'll take it simple as my equals to, then I'll write the value here. So say my name is, okay. So I'll copy this attribute and its value to other of this tag. So copy here and paste it to these tags. Okay. Now after there, this tag should be passed to our props. In where? In greetings component. So we go here, and before props.name here, then we will put our curly brackets again, and we'll say props dot what the attribute we used in app my. Now let's go back to our browser and see what has been changed. Bam, you see my name is Samuel, my name is Alice, my name is Charo. Very simple. Another thing we say, sometimes it's also possible that you might not have an idea as of what the content is being passed, but you want a component to render a known content. We can do that by specifying the content between the opening and the closing tag of the component and retrieving it using a reserved children property, in the props object. How do we this accomplish? Okay, let's get back here to our VS Code. Now, when you go to apps here, in this closing tag here, I'll take this one off and I'll close here this way. Okay. Now, between these tags here, I'll write a p tag here and p tag here and say this is my children. Okay. Now, how do we display this in a browser? Let's get back to our greetings here. Now, below here, we are going to include it. But before including, normally in JSX, if we have multiple lines, we need to put them inside a one tag. So we are going to modify here. This is a restriction that it has. So I will write here a div tag. Okay. So I'll take these things here, all of them, I'll cut it, and I'll put inside it here. Then below it here, I will open curly brackets as I need to display in a browser this p tag here, okay, as the child. So I'll say props dot children. This is a built-in or is a reserved key inside of our ReactJS. So children. Let's go to our browser and see. Bam. So you see, this is my children. Therefore, Let's see how to make props with the class component. After we have seen from functional components, now let's go back and see how do we make um, props with the class component. Let's get back to our VS Code. So here I'm going to comment all of this one here at the moment. Comment this. Now, if you remember, a welcome was our class. Okay, I'll take it out, and this one here. So I expect it when I go to a browser, I'll see hello Samuel. Let's take a look. Okay, good. Getting back here, how do we accomplish this? Okay, let us duplicate this tag 2 times. Okay, so 1 time again. So we'll have here two tag of this component welcome. So we expect in the browser we are going to have 2 lines of the same hello Samuel Chomv. Okay, now we needed it to change to have a different 2 names. Okay, because when we see here, let's go and see, we have hello Samuel Chomv, hello Samuel Chomv. We needed to have 2 different values here. Okay, so let's get back to our VS Code. Okay, now here I'm going to write name, okay, equals to here what is happening? Let's say here. Okay, let us don't bother ourselves and took the whole thing like this one as it was before. Copy this one and paste it here. Okay, and take this one here again, this one, and it seems like we have a problem here. Let me undo first and see what is this problem. Okay, so when I try to write name here, something is happening. Okay, that's correct. Okay, I don't know what has been happening. Okay, let me take again this attribute and its value, and I'll copy it here. Bam, have understand. So here we didn't do, we had to put this because this is the value is a string, so we have to include this this clause, this double quote here. So I'll take again this one here and paste it here. Okay, now when we go to a browser, nothing has been changed. It will give us the same file, this one here. Let's see. Okay, so here it has changed nothing. Let's get to VS Code. Now when we come here to VS Code, what we need to do the same as it happened in a functional component. Okay, so here we put our 2 brackets. Then if you remember, in a class we use this key. Okay, so we are going to write this dot props. Okay, this dot props dot the first prop here, the first attribute. Okay, it is my, because you need to say display my name is Samuel and my name is what, Alice. So the first prop will be, the first attribute will be my, and the second attribute will be name. So here we write this dot prop dot my, and again we get out of this curly brackets, we add another for the second prop. So we write here this dot props dot then what, name. Okay, we are done. So we expect in our browser to have my name is Samuel and my name is what? Alice. Let us go to a browser and check it out. Bam, you can see here. So this is how we use props in class component and in functional component. So we say there is one strict rule that props are immutable, or we can say that the values cannot be changed. Now, if props are immutable, how do we maintain component data that may change on time? Okay, that means we need that to be changed. Now we have seen that here props are immutable.